Hey, I'm here with Leo Honeycutt, who's a noted author himself. And by the way, I want to surprise you. I found your book here in my workings.
Look at that.
Over the Edge is a book that Leo wrote, very well received. Great story of suspense involving drug dealing in Louisiana, and something I thoroughly enjoyed. But Leo Honeycutt is here with me, and he is a local Baton Rouge TV personality, Monroe TV personality, but pretty notorious right now as being the official biographer of the Edwin Edwards book about the life of Edwin Edwards. So how long have you been working on this project, Leo?
We're going on 5 years now.
5 years?
5 years.
I guess you get delving into someone as controversial as Edwards and as complicated as Edwards. You didn't find a shortage of things to read, did you?
Not at all. No, that's the reason why it took 5 years, is because it was just 2 years in research. Based from the Middleton Library, peeling back the pages of Time, the Picayune, the Advocate, going back through there and trying really reconstructing the last 50 years of modern Louisiana history.
Well, I think that's the point of what you've told me about it, and so many people are anticipating reading it, that it's just not an Edwin Edwards story, it's a Louisiana story. Is that a fair comment?
Well, but I mean, he was governor 4 times, 16 years, and some would say de facto governor in between there. So when you're talking the last 30 years of Louisiana history, it's so intertwined with Edwin Edwards' story, they're the one and the same.
When are we going to see the book? There's been talk of when it's coming out. 5 years is a huge project. You think by the Christmas holidays it's going to be a present under a lot of people's Christmas tree?
Yeah, I hope so. Right. Maybe it'll be out by December, by the end of November, mid-November, something like that.
That's your game
Maybe
plan.
by Thanksgiving, if we can get everything done.
Now tell our viewers, a lot of people read occasionally about former Governor Edwards being in prison up in Oakdale. You talk to him pretty regular, and how's he doing up there at Oakdale?
About every 3 to 4 months, he is doing fine. For a guy who just turned 82 years old, he gets around about like a 60-year-old. And to me, the older I get, looks younger. So I think he's doing quite well. His health is still holding, and he still has about 1.5 years in there.
Well, now tell me honestly. I mean, this is the official biography or the authorized biography, if you will, of Edwin Edwards. Is how you called it. How helpful has he been? Are we going to see a lot of spin by Edwin Edwards? I mean, there's, he has a colorful reputation of a ladies' man and all kinds of things. I mean, are you kind of glossing over things like that, or are you putting him right in the spot in terms of some of the controversial things he's done and he said?
Yeah, well, I have to give him credit on this. He has virtually let me keep everything in there. I went at this as a reporter. I looked at all the facts. Assimilated all the facts together in a chronological order so it would be understandable. We've compressed all those years into a short space so we get a much clearer picture as to what happened, not just to Edwin Edwards, but also the state for the last 30 or 40 years. And to his credit, he did not have me take out anything that was uncomplimentary to him. In fact, it's the last few chapters leading through the investigation and the trial. There's a lot of damning information in there. And he let it stay in because it's part of the public record. In fact, there were only a couple of things he had me take out, and those dealt with other people that it didn't make them look good, and it really wasn't germane to the story anyway, but he just wanted to leave it out.
But no censoring of things you said about him?
No censoring.
Well, I know we're all... and I'm sure it's going to be available at bookstores. And how about an Edwin Edwards website? You think we'll be able to go to the web? A lot of people are so web conscious.
Working on that now.
Are you? So there'll be an Edwards website and maybe some notes from him, something like that possibly? Right. Well, good.
Well, and the good thing about this story too is that since it is dealing in facts, it comes straight out of the public record, comes straight out of the trial transcripts. Pretty much leave it up to the reader to determine whether they think he's guilty or innocent.
In the trial itself.
And I will say that the trial itself was, let's say, if you or I were on the witness stand, it would certainly be, we'd be screaming, "This is out of order. This is not right." There were a number of things that happened in his trial that are very questionable. They were certainly appealed. But anyway, all that's going to be in the book, and it's blow by blow what happened and when.
Well, Leo Honeycutt, thanks for spending some time with us today, and good luck to you. And we'll look forward to reading it here in the next few months, okay?
I hope so.
Okay.